everyone. Welcome to the current episode of Sippin with Steven. You may recognize this young lady to my right. This is Jessica Dillery. She is part of the dynamic duo from Bourbon and Biscuits that will be coming as an annual rite of spring to illuminate people into some different variations of the classic Derby cocktail, mint julep. Now, what I'm going to do first, and our secondary guest is Stacy Yates, my sister-in-law, who works with Jessica at Louisville Tourism in the marketing department. They've become a fixture on the show. I can't tell you how many emails and phone calls I've fielded from people that said, are they going to be back? And after some really tough negotiations, I was able to land both.
Wildly popular.
Yeah, that's right. So first things first, you see us with these Bourbon and Biscuit aprons on. Would you please tell the viewers what Bourbon and Biscuits is and how people can access that?
Yeah. So Bourbon and Biscuits is a YouTube series where we cook iconic Kentucky foods, tell you a little bit of the background behind them, and then pair those in each episode with a bourbon cocktail. So it's really fun. You can find us, our videos, through culinarylouisville.com.
Terrific. Now, I did not mention, this is the fourth year that you all have been on Sippin' with Steven, which makes you by far the most requested and most appeared guest on this widely popular show.
Well, I feel honored.
Well, thank you. Your check will clear, I promise. What we're going to do, just as a matter of reference, fourth year, fourth different variation of the mint julep. First year was the classic mint julep. Then we did a sparkling mint julep. Last year was a strawberry mint julep. Drum roll.
All right, so
What's this year, Jessica?
We're doing a chocolate mint julep, which might sound a little kind of funky at first, but if you think about like an Andes mint or a junior mint or something like that.
Oh, it's a junior mint. It's refreshing.
That's the right mindset too.
Okay.
All right, so this is going to be pretty easy. All we're going to do is we're going to do half an ounce of simple syrup.
And as you're doing that, I would bring attention to the Woodford Reserve bottle, which has it's the Derby 150 official bottle of the Kentucky Derby.
New artwork on there is gorgeous.
New artwork. It's absolutely fantastic. And okay, we put your homemade simple syrup. Anything you want to tell folks about that?
Simple syrup is as simple as it sounds. I just did a cup of sugar and a cup of water and heated it up until the sugar dissolved. And that'll keep in your fridge for weeks too. So if you make a batch, you can hold on to it for a while.
Okay.
All right, so then we're also going to do a half ounce of creme de cacao, which is just a chocolate liqueur.
Ooh, it's getting good already.
And then in the cup here, we are just going to go ahead and add a few of our mint leaves and give that a muddle with our trusty little Louisville Slugger muddler.
Available right across the street. Shout out to Louisville Slugger. Andrew Soliday, you can thank me later.
Sometimes we also, I think probably in our first episode we showcased this when we were with you for Mint Julep Month, we make a mint simple syrup instead of muddling the mint in case some people don't like that texture. But this works really well with the fresh mint chocolate.
A secret being told here, I utilize that because we also have a class here that we'll talk about a little bit later. Love the mint infused simple syrup, very easy. We'll go into a little more detail about that.
Awesome. All right, so then I also have Aztec chocolate bitters. I'm going to add like 3 or 4 dashes of that.
Okay.
I like bitters a lot. Some people just do like 1 or 2, but I love bitters. So
to taste would be
to taste. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
All right, and then we're going to do 2 ounces of our Woodford Reserve.
Of course. And that could be to taste as well. Some may like 3.
That's true. Depending on how much you're celebrating your wins.
The day at the track you're having, yes.
Yep. All right, so then I'm gonna we've got some kind of crushed ice and my freezer makes crushed ice, but you can also get like pellet ice and stuff like that. But you do want these smaller ice cubes in your julep because it cools everything off quickly. And then also when you've got a copper cup or a silver cup like this, the crushed ice with all the surface area actually keeps it cold longer.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so we're just gonna give that a stir to get everything mixed together. And then we're gonna add the rest of our ice here.
This looks like so much fun, and it's not very difficult at all, it looks like to me.
Yeah, not at all. And doesn't it smell good?
Oh, my goodness. Well, yes, and we will taste it at some point later in this video.
Yes.
But yes, it does. It looks absolutely spectacular.
All right, so the last thing, we're gonna garnish it with some fresh mint, and we've covered this before for sure, but when you've got your fresh mint, a way to make it more fragrant when you're drinking it is you gotta give it a little bit of a spanking.
You gotta spank it? You're saying you have to spank the mint.
You gotta spank the mint.
I got you.
All right, so then we're just gonna pop that in there for our garnish.
Oh, that smells so good. That brings out all the aroma of the mint. It
really
smells
does
terrific.
So when you're drinking. Yeah.
Well, and
critical step.
Yes, this could be a really good time to tell us too, for folks who are out there, the Fraser in April and into May through Derby Day, we'll be offering a mint julep class. $20 per person. It will be offered at 3 o'clock every day. Please stay tuned for further details. But it is a great way to get into the spirit of the Derby.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome.
We will now bring Stacy Yates on board to talk to you about something you can serve by way of food as part of your Derby party. Can't wait to see this. Thank you.
Thanks.
Now we're going to talk about Derby parties and what you can do that mixes and matches with that lovely chocolate mint julep we just had. This is Stacy Yates. For the 2 people out there who don't know who she is, one of her claims to fame is that she took my brother from being a low and not humble person to being somebody that has a really good wife. So Stacy, welcome back. This is her 4th time on Sippin' with Steven, and each time unprecedented. She's brought things that you can have at your party. I told you about the 4 different expressions we had of mint juleps. Well, now here's something you can have for dessert that will pair up with that mint julep, the chocolate mint julep. Stacy, would you let the folks know what you have in hand here?
Yeah, and expand on what Jessica said about the mint julep that she made. The chocolate mint julep is not difficult. This is so not difficult. I think we've done Derby strawberries on the show and some meringue kisses, but this year, to pair with Jessica's mint julep chocolate cocktail, we're simply going to scoop some ice cream. Now, I did do a couple things on
with a twist, right?
With a twist, yeah. We're going to make mint julep chocolate ice cream cups.
Awesome.
Essentially.
Awesome.
So,
okay.
Beforehand, I did hand whip some whipped cream, which is just heavy whipping cream, a little bit of sugar, and you can add bourbon to this if you wanted to. But instead, I added bourbon to a chocolate sauce that I used. You can do Hershey's. You can make your own chocolate sauce.
Sure.
I got this dark chocolate brand. I thought that kind of sounded fun.
Sure.
And what I did, again, at home, I poured off about 2 tablespoons of the chocolate, saved that for something else, and then I just added 2 tablespoons of bourbon to this and shook it up. So we have a bourbon chocolate sauce, basically.
Now that sounds spectacular, and I love the fact that it pairs with the cocktail that we made. So for people who are having a party, this is the first time we've delved into the dessert realm of your party, but never to be left out, or shouldn't be left out, I should say. As you're doing that, you say you're just scooping ice cream, but all the preparation came with the sauce,
right,
and all that to make it thematic.
Yes.
So as we're doing this, it looks absolutely great, and
I'll get this up there for people to see.
Sure.
So this.
Go ahead.
This is a local, started in Cincinnati, Graders.
Love Graders, absolutely.
And St. Matthews and other places. So I like to support local when we can. So they're mint chocolate chip. You know, some mint chocolate chip is green. So if you want to use that, use a different color. So we've got our ice cream. And then I've just got the whipped cream, again, that I just whipped up. You can also use the spray can or Ready Whip if you wanted to. But this is...
We can't endorse that on this channel. No.
Aunt Charlie would not approve if we
No, she would not. I would never hear the end of it.
Whoops. One step before that. Do this. The bourbon chocolate syrup. Just going to drizzle this over the top.
Oh my goodness. It looks so good.
And top it with homemade whipped cream. You could add a little cookie to this if you wanted to, a little Pepperidge Farm pirouette or something.
Maybe put a cherry on top.
I'm also, to give it the mint essence that Jessica does, I'm going to spank that mint for a second, and we're just going to garnish it with that. And there you go, at our very, very easy mint chocolate chip ice cream.
You may say it's very easy, but I will say this. As we head towards Derby 150, it looks fancy. It looks appropriate for this occasion that we're having, Derby 150. But the fact that it's easy for the person to make that's having the party is key. And I think that is fantastic. So what we will do now, we will bring Jessica back, and we're going to try that cocktail that she worked so hard on. And give her just a very in-depth review and be very harsh.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So let's try that cocktail, and we will let the people know what we have. We'll make sure they have all 4 of the recipes from years gone by. So if they want to have various flavors of mint juleps at their Derby party, they can pick out which one they like, or they can compare and contrast.
Sounds great.
So let's get to it. All right, folks, this has come to the part of the program where we do a toast. Jessica, Stacy. This has been very difficult because it sat there the whole time just calling my name as we went through and did this stuff. But to Derby 150, to Bourbon and Biscuits, to the Fraser, the start of the Bourbon Trail, Cheers, and may your Derby be terrific. Until we see you again next year when we're going to ramp it up one more time. Cheers, Lux.
Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Indeed. Let's see what we got here, folks.
Yum.
Delicious.
You
Oh
did
my
it again.
goodness. You did it again. Fantastic. I suggest doing all 4 of them at your Derby party and then messaging me and letting me know which one you like the best.
Yep.
Until the next time, may all your bets be winners. Cheers.
Cheers.